victim number 4 done testified. And woo child, all I'm going to tell y'all is buckle up. So from what I'm hearing, the defense is taking a heavy hit with victim number 4 testimony. So victim number 4 was also a personal assistant to Diddy, and she's going by the pseudonym Mia. So I was on Teaser Tell Live, and she said that victim number 4 came strolling in. Her hair was on her face. She walked in looking beaten emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally. She just looked broken. She said they showed her her passport, and she was like, yes, that's my passport. She was asked where she was from, and she said Virginia Beach, Virginia. Mia said Diddy mood changed all the time and that he was violent with her. Allegedly, Diddy slapped his own mother, so I'm not surprised that he's violent with everybody else. He wouldn't even spare his own mama. Mia said that he was violent with her by shoving her into the wall. He threw her into a pool. He slammed her arms into doors, and that he essayed her multiple times. Not one time, multiple times. She said that when she was hired and she did her interview with Diddy, Diddy was sitting down doing the interview in his apartment wearing his drawers. He said he eventually went and put clothes on. When Mia got hired, she started on a 2-week trial. She said for the first 5 days, she didn't sleep. She basically said it was intense, but she used Adderall to keep her up. Mia said one time she left to go home after Diddy fell asleep, and Diddy sent his security to look for her. Security called her up on the phone, was like, oh, Diddy sent us to come find you. Mia said that she was even staying at Diddy's house once, and when they asked, could you lock your door? She said no, but security could lock their doors. He told her, this my house, and ain't nobody gonna be locking no doors in my house. They asked her if she ever got punished when she messed up. She said, yeah, I would get cursed out. I would get my intelligence insulted. And what Diddy did to everybody threatened their job. She said that Diddy was in charge of everything Cassie, and that when he got pissed off, he would take things from her. He would take her phone, cars, jewelry, and just support all around. Mia said that it was a part of her job to spend time with Cassie. She had to do whatever Diddy told her to do. She said that she nor Cassie were able to go wherever they wanted when they wanted to. Mia said that she saw a lot of violence between Diddy and Cassie. She said that she saw Diddy throw Cassie to the ground, damn near crack her head open, and she said that Cassie would not fight back. Once Cassie and Diddy got into it, and she said she went outside looking for Cassie, and she found Cassie in a bush, terrified. And she looked at Mia and was like, look, I'm not here. And Mia was like, she just left. Mia told of a time they were packing for a big trip for Cassie to London. It was Cassie, Mia, and Deontay Nash. They said Diddy came banging on the door. That man was angry. They asked how he got in, and they said Diddy went and got a key from the front desk. Talk about relentless. But because Cassie was not answering his phone calls, he said, all right, you gonna F around and find out. I'm gonna just pop up. Mia said that Diddy attacked Cassie. Mia said he jumped in their faces and was like, yo, was she drinking? Is she drunk? Was she drinking? It got so bad for Cassie that Deontay jumped on Diddy's back. Mia's like, if you see how small Deontay is, she said, I really got scared for Deontay. I knew something bad was going to happen. Mia said that she jumped on Diddy and Diddy threw her off of him and she flew into a wall. Now, Cassie had ran into a nearby bedroom. Mia said that Diddy took off after Cassie and ran into the room. Mia said under Cassie's bed is a wooden platform. So Diddy picked up Cassie and basically dropped her, and her head went into that wooden platform, and that's how she got the gash over her eyebrow. Mia said that blood just came gushing out of Cassie's head. Mia said that Diddy got that scared look and was like, hey, call up a doctor and let him know that Cassie was drunk and she hit her head. If y'all remember, Kim Porter was on a boat with Diddy, and she went on the boat looking fine, gorgeous as usual. But they said when she left that boat, she left with a bandage on her nose. That was allegedly when Kim Porter got her nose broken by Diddy. They asked Mia, why did you call that doctor? And she said, because Diddy told me to. They asked Mia, did you see Diddy take substances? And she confirmed that she did. Now look at this. They asked Mia, was he high when he did what he did by dropping Cassie into the wooden platform and she hit her head and she caught that injury? And Mia said no, because what the defense was trying to do is try to play like, oh, Diddy was always under the influence. He wasn't in his right state of mind when he was doing these things that he were doing. So when she said, no, he was not under the influence, he wasn't high, Boom. So the defense cannot argue, oh yeah, he was always under the influence. No, he wasn't, and he knew what he was doing. Diddy's actions were just plain out atrocious. What I found funny is they told of a time that they were ordered to stay put, like stay in the house. And Diddy went out somewhere and there was an award show or some party, and Cassie and Mia was like, yo, let's just go. Let's sneak out and go. You know, being bad girls, just throwing caution to the wind. Yes, it was Prince's party. So they're at this party and they say they're just, taking in the scenery, and they look, and who do they see? They see Diddy. They said that they locked eyes. Mia and Cassie locked eyes. By the time Mia blinked, she said that Cassie vanished into thin air. Cassie got up out of there. Mia said she took off and ran into the bushes across the street, but when she turned around, she looked, she saw that Cassie got caught by Diddy. She said Cassie, by that time, was on the ground. It was so bad that Prince's security team had to come intervene. Mia said that she ended up being suspended without pay. And when she asked HR why, they told her, you were insubordinate. Mia spoke of a time that she was in Turks and Caicos with Diddy and Cassie. And she said that Cassie ran into her room, shaking her, waking her up. And she said, you gotta help me because he's gonna try to off me. She said that they put furniture against the door to try to prevent Diddy from getting in. She said the room that she was staying in, it had a door where it led onto the beach. She said they ran onto the beach, got on paddle boards, and went out into the water. Diddy was so hot, he was standing on the beach yelling. Eventually, it began to get dark, so they came back into shore. They asked Mia, why didn't you call the cops? And Mia said, because Diddy had reach. Mia talked about bruises that Cassie had, black eyes, busted lips. One of the pictures she took. She went on to talk about how she would set up the rooms for Diddy, clean up after for Diddy, because nobody wanted people taking pictures and sending it to TMZ. She even talked about how Diddy forced her to take substances. Imagine being a personal assistant for such a legendary person, Sean Diddy Combs or Sean Puffy Combs. And then when you start working for the man, you're like, what the hell did I just get myself into? This is victims 4 testimony. I can imagine the other victims and the other witnesses' testimonies. But drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about victim number 4's testimony?